to make your spare game improve, and that's to do nothing but throw strikes.
Well, as you said, you know, the difference right now between these two players seems to be the guy that can make the ball finish at the back end has got somewhat of a reaction. The other guy has none.
I want to see what Ron Winger does when he steps up in the 7th, because it looked like he made an adjustment, so we'll see if it works.
Well, yeah, but he's had a strike on the left lane before, and he hasn't even gotten close on the right. Oh, was that a pretty shot? Very relaxed shot, very confident shot there. Here we go. Between the 2nd and 3rd arrow, not a big break, but boy, what is a nice roll into that pocket.
Well, less hook and heavy roll. It's a nice combination. Winger gives it room, and now it's the 210. The right-hand lane, as you called it, Mike, has been the real problem for Ron Winger.
It just won't bite at the back end. It will not finish for him at the back end. He's had about every bad thing happen to him on that lane that can happen. Playing around the 2nd arrow, Dan, and I think he's just too far inside. I think he has to move right around the 11th board, and you see it trying to turn there. It's turning, but it hasn't precessed to go into a roll. The ball never went into a roll there. Speed is good. You can see that just a 2-board belly, 2.5-board belly.
Well, the left-hand lane hooks a little more than the right-hand lane. As there you see the reaction.
Did you see that little bump there, though?
Right.
See, this is synthetic lanes here. This is, and they're spliced together in sections, in like 20-foot sections here. We see the arc here from about 11 to 8, a little bit further in, but it finishes on this. But anyway, at about 40 feet, it hit one of those splices and bumped. That ball actually left the lane surface.
Trying for the light hit. 2-pin stands on lane 24 for Robert Gibbs.
And actually, Robert's heart, I think, beats a little faster, a little more nervous when he has the single pin spare than when he's got 10 of them down there. Changes balls to something that goes straighter. Dead center. All right.
Applauds himself again. 2 for 2. He says, I'm not so sure, though, that ball didn't just absolutely fall off his hand.
What, the first ball or the second?
Second.
Well, it doesn't matter. It doesn't have to have any power on it to knock over a single pin.
I know that, but the point I'm making is
yeah, it does, right? Just fall off his hand.
I mean, that's a double bouncer before it gets to 15 feet.
But he says
maybe he should have spares that way.
He's taking his new style.
Moves to the Brooklyn side on the left-hand lane. Having a good time out there right now.
We'll see if he has a good time when Barry Gurney gets over
there. Comfortably ahead, 53 pins in the 9th frame. Well, let's see if he can go 3 for 3. Now, this is a test. A 10-pin.
10-pin. See if it falls off his hand again. Trouble.
Shakes his head, but he was obviously in a position where he could miss and still win the match.
Well, you know, this match is ironically not over yet. If Ron Winger could strike it out, he would force Gibbs to mark.
Hasn't even come close on lane 24.
That's closer.
That's perfect.
He says, where have I been?
Look at Ronnie. That's what's so great about the sport of bowling. He's got one lane dead labeled, the other one he finally figures out.
But he's finishing on the one that he's got dead labeled in. And if he strikes it out, he's going to finish with 192. He'll force Gibbs to mark. We see the tighter angle there. He's 11.5 to 9.5. The last one got out to 7.5. So he just tightened it up. And he did the exact opposite. What I recommended is probably good advice.
Wonder if he moved his feet. Right. Has to have it. And then on the good lane, it's the 310. So just one of those nights for Ron Winger. Obviously couldn't get the ball to do what he wanted to do on the championship round pair.
Or couldn't get himself to do it.
Well, a good point.
When you're in that situation, you feel like you're aiming at a half a board. And the arm just gets so tight and the span gets shorter. and it's just hard to make a quality shot.
Ron Winger will have to settle for 5th place.
That's why this game is so much mind over matter. I mean, he could be splicing a board if he thought that he had the room and never used the room. But when he doesn't have the room, he's thinking, boy, I got to fit it in there, and everything tightens up, and the lane just defeated him tonight.
It's tough, though, to be confident when you know if you miss a half a board either way that you might even miss the head pin.
That's true. It's very tough.
I mean, it's not like you're going to be high or light in the pocket. We're talking about either washout or left to the head pin.
That's right.
Obviously, you can see the perspiration all over Ron's face. Looked warm down in the bowler's area. But it was a beautiful day here in Naples. In the low 80s today.
Wow. The 4 and the 8 fell very late on that spare, but they did fall. The machine did not hit him. I saw that. So he's got the 2 pin up there. Much easier spare than the 2, 4, 8.
Oh, he'll handle this one.
Not that it matters.
He's already won the match. Ron Winger with a game of 169. That's a big surprise.
He was striking in practice.
Oh.
Robert Gibbs is going to try another ball on the fill ball. Just see what this one does. I would think that he's picking out one that's going to hook a little more on this right lane.
Yeah, there's a hang spot on lane 24. If you get it to a certain zone, it just is not going to finish. Maybe light, but that's about it. That one sure did.
Have to watch to see if he uses one ball in the right lane and another ball in the left lane.
That's going to be tough because they're both the same make of bowling ball. But if anybody can do it, my partner Mike Durbin can. Old Eagle Eyes as Robert Gibbs.